York's been quiet, too quiet. But when smoke rises, Cosmos brings the fire. GWP, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. We the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GWP, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the plate, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime. Cosmos in the sky, that's hell on the league. Cosmic energy crackling like a star going free. He the brain, he the plan, he the calm in the heat. When the city's on the line, he the one you wanna meet. Jazz, take the sellers, yeah, she burning like a nova. Radioactive girl, turn the block into a supernova. She flying through the night with that isotope glow. If you dealing in the shadow, she gon' let that fire flow. Low phase in the cut, tears shifting through the planes. Multi-dimensional mind, chaos energy in his veins. Weapons disappear, nah, they ain't coming back. He drop them in the void like a one-way track. Dominico on the bias, yeah, he built like a tank. Skin tough like amber, strength heavy like a bank. You can shoot, you can swing, you can pray, you can run, but he's standing in the doorway like I'm not the one. Then the twins hit the scene, Trey and Shamika. Turbo twins moving fast like a double feature. 5 feet apart, nah, that's when they lose it. But side by side, they unstoppable bruisers. Flip, kick, combo, two-person flow. Second gen heroes with a legacy to show. Buyers, sellers, villains, everybody getting checked. When the walkers hit the block, that's respect. Yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. But we the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GW, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the play, that's a whole new league. New York in the palace, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime.
Yes, welcome once again to GWP. Last time it was a launch, now it's the countdown to the end of the campaign. My name is Jerome Judge Hinds, your regular here from Madness Entertainment Group with Super Saturday's Draw Along and Madness Art Attack. And of course, I'm joined with the man of the hour, the creator of Guides to Powers, Mr. Dan, the man Sehn. What's up, Dan?
How's it going? How are we doing?
All right. So how long have we got left before the campaign wraps up?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That's 83 minutes. So
83 minutes. Okay,
I think, yeah, their time prediction was a little off. So if we don't reach the end by the end of the broadcast, because we do have to clear out for another Madness Entertainment group show. So if we're off before then, we'll still, hopefully get some people in here, get a little chat going, talk comics, talk GWP, and have a good time in general.
Yeah. So I'm actually doing some fan art here of Radioactive Girl from GWP. So let me share. So what am I doing? What kind of host are you, Jerome Hinds? Where's the music? God damn. Where's the music? The GWP backing track. Yeah. Make it funky.
Yeah, we should have did a whole video of people like pop locking to that or something, That would have been a different variation on the video. See, we'll have to dream big. We want to be at a comic convention where people are cosplaying GWP and pop locking to the song.
Oh, look who's here during the day. Jerome and Dan, Powerhouse Combo. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Dave Brink, Jerome Comics. Great to see him here. He just wrapped up his Safeguard campaign, which I backed.
Yeah, it was a Dave. Yeah, some of Dave's productions are absolutely top notch, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Safeguard, drawn by Alan Goldman. I had an issue of Argo 5 drawn by Alan Goldman. He's done one more cover of the number of covers for me. He's a really fantastic artist, without a doubt. So yeah, Safeguard is definitely something worth checking out when there's a another release for it. But yeah, we're wrapping it up, like I said, today for GWP. We have 8 minutes to go. We have reached funding goal, which was a modest goal just to get the book in print. But, you know, we definitely want to get this in front of as many readers as possible. The crew that did the job on this book is definitely worth a large audience. You know, Ron Charles Williams doing the art, who people are familiar with his work. They know it's really fantastic. Tio Piniero doing the colors, Ray McKay doing the dialogue, and Francisco Zamora doing the lettering. I mean, this is, you know, I've worked with them all before and brought them all back because I'm so impressed with their work. So it's definitely, you know, you're scrolling through it right now, people could see that's the level of quality you're getting with this book.
Right, yeah. There's a creative team we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Ray McKay, he looks very young. Ray looks very young. How old is he?
Yeah, Ray just graduated college. So.
Oh, good stuff, man.
Yeah, and he's tearing it up on the indie scene, writing for a number of indie comic companies. And he was just, as I said, pre-show when we were talking, he was at San Diego Comic-Con already on a panel. So Ray's making money moves, as they say. He's doing it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So sorry, Dan. What panel was Ray on?
I believe it was the MJL Shield, like the Archie Superheroes panel. Which again, another person, Rick Offenberger, who runs G-Man Comics, is a former Archie employee, and kind of organizes that panel, and brought Ray on. Ray is also a fan of that comics group. So, you know, I have a number of stuff. You know, it was like the Shield, Jaguar, the Fly. These were all superheroes, I guess. I'm saying MLJ or MJL. So that was the name of the company that was putting them out back in the day. And I guess Archie Comics has the rights to those superheroes, and they retread them every once in a while. But yeah, Ray has done work on that, so he definitely knows his stuff for those characters, and brought in for the panel on that.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just want to set my phone up so I can see comments if they come in. Let's see.
That's right.
Come on. All right.
1 second.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, you have it across all platforms, right? Because it's on the Jerome Hinds network. It's on the Madness Entertainment Network, right? We get it on a few cross platforms. So these comments aren't coming up on whichever chat I have open.
Huh.
But you usually pop everything up there on the screen anyway. So I guess I'll just check them out there.
Yeah. Dave saying hi to the Producer Emeritus, Pops himself. Pops said that he's doing good. After the big move, Pops moved across the country recently.
Yeah, I heard about that. Up, and he was kind enough to put the Kickstarter link up in the comments. So
yes, nice one. Thanks, Pops. That is the perfect guy to handle a superhero team book. All right.
I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, that has been my kind of go-to. I just recently, only with ThunderZone, did I start with kind of individual character books like Nature Man and Weirdo. Oh, Big House Blues is a super team of sorts because all the corrections officers are superheroes, but it does kind of concentrate on Alloy. Yeah, Houston Dave. I've seen him in the cats for your other shows.
He's a legend. Legend.
With me in the panhandle of Florida, I'm not that far from Texas, so not Houston though. Yeah. My only time going to Texas, I went to Arlington for the Ronnie Coleman workout camp. So it was like a Thursday through Sunday workout camp with Ronnie Coleman, who won the Mr. Olympia 8 times. So that's one more time than Schwarzenegger won it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I went to Texas, did that workout camp, came back, but that was my only time going to Texas.
Okay.
I mean, have you ever been to the States, Jerome? Or?
Yeah, I went in 1998 to the San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was in 1998. I had a great time, man.
There you go.
My favorite thing was, my favorite thing was meeting other fanboys in the queue to show editors your work.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that, man. That was really good fun. And I was telling a story just the other day on the stream about Neil Adams when I showed him my book. And after I showed him my work, he says to me, let me make myself big for this. This story is always a bit special. Hang on. Where's my why can't I make myself big here? Oh, I think the thing's in the way, that's what it is. Let me move that. Right, so I showed Neil Adams my book.
Okay.
And after he's looked at my book, right, he puts his hands on my shoulders like this. So imagine if I'm Neil Adams now and you're me, if you're watching this. And he looks at me and he says, "This is Neil Adams talking to you. Now learn how to draw."
Learn how to draw?
And the thing was, right, the thing is, he's Neil Adams, right? He could have kicked me. He could have kicked me in the face and I would have taken it like a man. Because he's a legend, right? But my wife, of course, she's not having none of it. Right? And she's pacing up and down in the background like, a lioness wants to protect her man or whatever it is. I'm thinking to myself, oh, please don't say anything, man. God, I tell you, it was really funny, man.
Wow.
He said to me, "You better learn how to draw." And then later that day, I was at another booth and I was actually talking to Chris Claremont. And Chris Claremont says to me, Neil Adams liked me. And I said, "What gives you that impression?" He said, "First of all, he looked at your work. And secondly, he put his hands on you." Look, this is before the days of the internet, yeah? So I was, of course, totally oblivious to the reputation of how tough Neil could be as a critic. But Chris Claremont thinks that no, he actually liked something about me because he spent some time going over my work with me. So I thought, oh, I see. Yeah, man. That's
he pointed some stuff out then, or?
What, sorry?
I said he pointed some stuff out that.
Yes, yeah, he did. And he was right. The stuff that I needed to pay attention to, I would say he was correct. You know? And when you're talking to a person like him, what's the point in taking offense, man? I mean, the guy's Neil Adams, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to take offense. And I listened to him, and he was all right. But apparently, a lot of the other artists, you know, a lot of the guys from the scene didn't take very kindly to his frankness.
Yeah, there was a guy in my comic shop, the same one that Raul used to go to.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he had encountered Neil Adams at the one of the shows.
Uh-huh.
And Neil had told him, "Your trees don't speak to me." So,
all right, your trees.
Your trees don't speak to me. He was, you know, he was doing his own little indie comic, and he was going to make a character, Neil the Talking Tree, after that. I don't think he ever got around to that character, though. But he was going to slip that in as one of the characters. Yeah, right when continuity hit the scene, because, you know, Neil was local here, or I should say there, because I was in New York at the time. So I saw him pretty regularly. And
all right.
I was talking to him about possibly being at the booth as Megalith, because I was bodybuilding at the time, you know, drug-free bodybuilding. Megalith was pretty much a bodybuilding character, because Megalith was the mind-muscle connection. So it was all about the fact that he can utilize all his muscles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
And Neil was always quite proud in saying that Megalith is really Superman, because Superman is really super alien. So he's like, this is the pinnacle of human, of man, Megalith. So, yeah, I never, or I didn't have the follow through to get a shirt made or anything like that to actually do this, or to impose on Neil to try to get that. But, and you know, they don't really have booth guys, they got booth babes. They don't necessarily need a guy to be at the booth dressed as a character. Although I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, 98, trying to think. I think it was a few years later that New York Comic Con came around. And yeah, almost from the beginning for a long period. Afterwards, I was, you know, regular at that, which at some point supposedly eclipsed the attendance of San Diego. So I already had, you know, in my backyard a giant convention, leading to me never going to San Diego.
Right. Have you still never been to San Diego?
Yeah, still haven't done that one.
Oh, right.
You know, I think if you're paying for the table, not like a guest of the show,
yeah,
you know, these things will be good. It's almost like advertising. You're kind of just paying for the exposure, because, you know, with the amount they charge on a table these days, then you're adding in airfare, hotel. You know, I would do commissions at shows, but you need a lot of commissions at shows to cover that. If that's part of your game plan. Again, most people aren't looking to cover it. It's kind of like advertising. So for the most part, again, New York Comic-Con being in the backyard, I went there. The furthest I was going at that point was Heroes Con. I tabled there. And that was North Carolina. I think that was like a 13-hour drive.
Wow.
So
I had no idea. I had no idea how big America was,
Yeah.
Until I saw a map of Texas against Europe. Jesus. It was a bit of a shock to the system, you could say.
Yeah, I mean, Pops moved east to west across the country, but I had moved north to south across the country. And the east to west is definitely further. But north to south was a bit of a jump. Let's see, Houston Dave, getting my summer fix.
Yeah. Getting my summer comic fix. Paid for a few Kickstarter comics this last week. Okay, Paul said this on Wednesday now, no? And Dave, I backed this campaign a while ago. Let's get it to 50 backers. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, that would be great. Let me take a peek. We're at 46. So yeah, it would be great to get to 50 backers if we could.
Okay.
The book, like I said, I think the team assembled is really, all quality creators. They're all coming back for issue 2. So, we're gonna follow through. It's first story arc is 3 issues. And with that, I always like to give some sort of resolution or something to the story arc and, have an ending where I guess that's part of the indie hesitancy sometimes, is that people might feel like, oh, they're going to have a issue 1, a cliffhanger, book might not do well enough, and then we'll never see the end of the story. So rest assured, I've never done that. These are all Kickstarter exclusives, but even if I had to at some point, let's say, do a general release just to have an ending, I would do that, because I never want to just have that hanging out there that we didn't finish off a story. I mean, I submitted issue 48 of Argo 5 to the printer. So it's not like I have a problem producing comics.
Yes.
For a micro publisher, as some people are calling it. So a micro publisher being a book without mainstream distribution or something. 48 issues is pretty much up there for just about. I mean, I believe you might put, AC Comics was distributed at one point, but now they're pretty much doing it as a micro publisher, and they have, of course, more issues of FemForce in that. But
right.
Yeah, but Argo 5, have stood the test of time, and doing 48 issues of that kind of honed my skills to be able to bring in this GWP, which, that was Argo 5 being a team book, which, perhaps gives Dave the impotence to say that, yeah, he's the right man to bring in the team book, which I appreciate Dave saying that. Yeah, that, all that practice on Argo 5, you might say, lets me bring GWP in a strong way. Again, people didn't see our other broadcast. GWP stands for Guys with Powers. And yeah, I think the inspiration on doing it as initials was kind of when I was watching this, I think it was Celebrity Rap Battle show, where they brought out SWV, which is Sisters with Women. Yeah, they were like a female harmony group, kind of like TLC or and yeah, them coming out of SWV, I said, that's kind of catchy. A comic should have like just initials like that.
I see. Right. Okay, yeah. SWV, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it should have dawned on me with NWO, with wrestling, where Hogan went to WCW and they formed the NWO, New World Order. But yeah, it was actually SWV that gave me that inspiration to go that route with this GWP.
Yes.
And yeah, with the campaign, we do have Ron being the story artist. So he has cover A.
Okay, let's have a look. Yes. Hold on. Let me call up the campaign here again. I'm going to call up the covers and let everyone see what's going on. Okay. Okay. Yep, they're there, right? Yeah, good.
Still at 46, like Dave said, that'd be good to get a 50 backers. So hopefully people are watching this broadcast and we can have some people jump in before the campaign is over in 58 minutes, the last hour.
Yeah, Dan, so you were just describing the 5 different covers.
Yeah, I think if you scroll down or scroll up, we could see them one by one a little better.
Okay. Is it below?
No, I think it's right above. Yeah,
above. Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's have a look. Go. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Yeah. That's the main one.
That's the main cover, and that's by the interior artist. So I'm not doing any switcheroo, but we just have this great cover, and the interiors are lackluster. This is the same art and color team of Ron Charles Williams doing the art, Tio Pinheiro doing the colors. So, yeah, I think
nice.
He did a fantastic job. Dynamic composition. I was very happy when he turned this one in. If we go to the next one, I'll show you.
Once again, what other channel is this on? I don't see it on the Argo Comics YouTube. It's on my It's on my YouTube, right?
Yeah, since I'm not the one broadcasting it,
yeah. So it's on all the Magnus channels and my YouTube and my Facebook.
Yeah, Jerome Hinds is the channel. Because I don't
and it's
Well,
on my X as well.
Yeah, I don't think like where Facebook you can kind of click on share the story. I don't think I can go to my YouTube and share this video, as far as I know. Yeah,
Okay.
we should.
Dave is
Yeah, right
asking-
after the covers, we should
That's a lot of
cover each
amendments.
character.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
true.
Go on then. To this image, is this image good enough for you to do it too?
Well, yeah, I could do it with this image. Let's see.
Okay.
In the center, we have Cosmos, who's the team leader.
Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Here we go.
Dan,
Yeah.
wait. There is a little button up above. There's a little button right up above over there that
Up
says
above.
add your. You can add all your destinations through this stream as a guest.
Really? All right, let's see. And
I didn't know that either.
When you're a guest and you come into StreamYard, there is a button up there on the left corner or the right corner.
well, I guess I have to hit log in first, right?
No, you shouldn't have to log in. If you have a StreamYard account, it should just add your thing to it.
Let's see. Oh, stream this to your audience.
There you go. Bye.
I appreciate that. But it does want me to log in first, and I don't know if I have.
Oh, dear.
Let's see if I have StreamYard.
Excellent.
Please check your email now. It wants me to log in before I do that. So let's see. StreamYard. It's giving me a code. Let's put in that code. All right. Why is it asking me to leave the site? No, I don't want to leave the site.
Man, I was just getting to grips with Streamlab. Oh, no, sorry, this is Streamlab. What's the other one? What's the one that I was working on? Absolute nightmare. No, Streamlab, that's right. This is StreamYard. I was trying to figure out Streamlab during the week. God, Jesus, nightmare.
Let's see, I don't know. You're in the process of logging in, it keeps saying. Let's see. I put in the code, so I am logged in. You're in the process of logging.
You okay? I'm just into doing her costume at the moment. And Radioactive Girl has a very interesting costume. And let me add it to the station. Show you what I'm doing, man. So here's a costume. And if you're watching this stream, the reason why I've done this, I've drawn this lady, Radioactive Girl, in this way, is because of the book I just had released, which uses a skeleton in fleshing out. So everywhere, anytime I do a stream or a sketch, I kind of like inadvertently promote the process, so to speak, that I kind of teach. And that is skeleton to fleshing out and then detail. So we've gone past the skeleton And now we're fleshing out, had a bit of foreshortening involved. And as I always teach, right, always make sure you know where the center of a body is. So we have to make sure that this costume hugs around the body accordingly. So here, we know that if this is the center, this pattern should be here. It's going to come down. And it's the other side of the center of the leg. So this is the center, so it's going to come over here. That's a big swing in the costume there. And it comes down the other side of the knee. Okay, I think Dan is trying to show some other screens, and it's kind of missing in action. So we'll wait for him to return. Doing producing while you're streaming, I have to say, not the easiest job in the world. And sharing screens and toggling from A, B, C to D. Definitely not the easiest thing I've ever done. So she's got some interesting hand gear. Something over the knuckles. Something over the main joints. And then something comes around and back and across the hand. And it's like a V sign on the back of the hand. It's the tricky part. As arms rotate, they can become a bit complex to draw. If you look at Spider-Man's costume, it's a great example of this, how things wrap around bodies. His arms, drawing Spider-Man's costume around the arms is not the easiest. Okay, this thing goes over the shoulder. And I think it stops, comes down the side of the chest, and it stops about there. There, over. Other side of the shoulder. So it is a shoulder piece. From the outside, you see that, and that's going to go under there. Right. Now I do. Good. Let's have a look at this arm thing. It's a bit complex. It goes over the bicep. So it's going to come over here. It goes to the outer arm. And into the inner arm. So it's coming in here. I wonder if that actually joins to that. I should go and find another image of. Maybe this joins to this. Interesting concept. Is Dan back? Oh, there he is. Sorry, I've left him in the back room. Sorry, Dan, I left you in the back room. I was too busy talking to myself here.
Yeah, no, it gave me an opportunity to.
All right, cool.
Gave me an opportunity to share it. Oh,
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on. Let me know if you want to add it to the screen.
Thanks to Dave for that tip, because now it's on the Argo Comics channel.
And, Dave says, Captain Pops to the rescue. Yeah, man. I love how you actually break down the anatomy like you showcased in your book, Jerome. Oh, no problem, Dave. Yeah. If you can break it down into the skeleton, Of course, we can always use references and the rest of it, can't we? But if you can do it by yourself, I think that's kind of a bit more genuine, so to speak. It is me drawing on the wrong layer again. Okay, Dan, are you able to share screen or add anything?
Can I share screen?
Yeah. Were you able to add anything?
Oh yeah, no. I have it on the Argo Comics YouTube channel now.
Oh, okay, good. So I meant share the stream. What I'm talking about? Yeah.
And then I thought I shared it to Facebook, but I don't think when
Facebook could be a bit temperamental. It likes to drop out on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't see it. You know, I see my announcement of this, but I don't see it, streaming there right now. But yeah, when I was backstage, that gave me an opportunity to do that. Yeah, now that box where it said to share it isn't there anymore. So I don't know what that's all about.
I tell you, get used to these things.
Yeah, but no.
Give me a bit of that there.
Dave and Pops gave some great information there because we've done a couple of these and I never had shared it onto the Argo Comics YouTube. So
right,
all the subscribers now are getting a alert that we're on, which is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
Yeah. But we were going over the characters, and since we have Radioactive Girl there right now. Yeah, so, well, actually, we were on Cosmos, and I had to say that he had flight, and he can shoot cosmic beams, and he was the leader of a superhero team, and obviously something has befallen them that they're not around anymore. And the two little kids were the children of two members of that team. So Cosmos is kind of like taking them under his wing and under his care, and is taking care of them. But yeah, with Radioactive Girl, she has the power to generate this radioactive fire, and she has flight as well. So while Cosmos is pretty much serious and, is trying to clean up the neighborhood, this whole thing taking place in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, which again, as a lifelong, up until 4 years ago, New Yorker, and when I was writing it, I was still in New York. Actually, when most of the art was being done, I was still in New York.
So it's quite an old concept then.
Yeah, I mean, anyone out there doing comics knows that you don't whip these things up in a month. It's a long-running production. You see Ron's artwork, the level of craftsmanship and detail he puts in that is, it's going to take a while. So yeah, being in New York, Bedford-Stuyvesant, a lot of comics take place in Manhattan, and sometimes Manhattan just gets kind of generalized or whatever. But I wanted to, I thought Bed-Stuy had a big flavor to it that I wanted to try to kind of represent in a comic. So
Yeah.
I was actually in Long Island, which you have Queens kind of bordering Long Island, and then you have Brooklyn. But, I had family in Brooklyn growing up. My friend, who I told you went to School of Visual Arts, he was in Flatbush near Kings Plaza. So Brooklyn wasn't something that I was unfamiliar with. And back in the day, Bed-Stuy was a particularly rough area. So I figured if I'm going to go urban style comic and, have real crime going on and everything, let me go to an area where, there's some authenticity to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
Jasmine, Radioactive Girl, is a bit more level-headed and caring, but, she'll get the job done as well.
Sorry, David's asking, are the characters yours, Dan? I believe they are, right?
Yes, these are my characters. Even though it's ThunderZone, we have to still run through that. I began to do that. Then I was sharing it. we went all awry from pointing out who's who.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put them back up for the audience to see. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, but ThunderZone is a bunch of creators. So it is a good question. With ThunderZone, is it mine? Because if it's Argo Comics, it is mine. ThunderZone, it may not be mine. Jerry's Supercross is in ThunderZone, but it's not mine. It's Jerome's. We're wrapping up issue 2 of Chronicles of the Metaversal, which is Ezekiel Azib's characters, who Jerome knows because he's also another creator based in Singapore.
Yeah. Ezekiel, man.
So, but these are my characters, and I did write the story. And I had worked with Ray McKay. See, I had another story that was a short story for Argo Comics Double Shot number 5. It was fully written. I didn't have dialogue for it. When I write, I only write dialogue if it's pertinent for the artist. I don't usually write full script. I write mostly actions, but I will write dialogue if it's pertinent. And in that respect, I did the same for GWP, but I didn't have all the dialogue fully written. I had collaborated with Ray. I had other books that had to get done as well. So I said this will be a great, collaboration. I really liked Ray's dialogue or scripting, you might say, in the other story. So I brought him aboard on this one, and he did a fantastic job with that. So we had Radioactive Girl, we had Cosmos, Radioactive Girl flying above, Cosmos in the middle, and I touched upon the twins right there, the Turbo Twins.
Turbo Twins, I love that name.
Yeah, like Trey and Shamika. And again, they are the son and daughter of a couple of the characters that were in Cosmos Super Team that are no longer around. So he's their uncle, he's looking over them, and they have kind of like an acrobatic fighting style. Again, I always try to do something a little different than what I've seen in comics prior. The closest thing I could see would be in tag team wrestling, where they have these two people maneuvers that a tag team might do. So they fight kind of in that style, in that they do a lot of two-person maneuvers. They're both like very acrobatic and agile, and there's a special ability where if they are within 5 feet of each other, they cannot be defeated. So you have that part of it. As with Robin and Batman, this question comes up, why have these kids fighting crime? And I think in the last episode, my answer was comic books. So
yeah, why not?
yeah, we're not going to get the lawyers involved in child welfare, and it's happening. There it is. Suspend your disbelief, and again, they are very formidable. Cosmos isn't like letting them go off on their own. They're always, in the group. But yeah, they're going up against this threat, Elijah Smoke, who has the city kind of under his control. So it's kind of all hands on deck. And to have these trained fighters who can't be defeated while they're together and everything, and in some ways that, as long as they're together, they're possibly the most powerful in the group. So, they are called into action, like it or not. Behind them, in the illustration, we have Dominico, who is the hero of the Dominican Republic. And he is basically super strong and indestructible. I have ethnic origins for myself, my heritage being of Malta, which is the island of Malta in the Mediterranean, and Dominican, which is the Dominican Republic. So I had a character of Malta in Argo 5, and even in this book, The Paladins, but I didn't have a Dominican Republic character. So Dominico was kind of like the first created in this group. And
right.
Yeah, I always like, even in my early comics formative years, these characters like Doc Samson and Hercules and Wonder Man and Luke Cage, these are always favorites of mine as strong characters, strong bulletproof type characters. So yeah, I had to go that route with Dominico. And yeah, he might be sometimes a little more impulsive than the others. But I guess when you're indestructible, you kind of like attack first and worry about things later. Where I'll probably be okay. So why not jump in feet first?
Yeah.
So, and then the last character in the background there being PHAZE. And again, trying to do something I hadn't seen, because we have characters who can teleport between dimensions, but he is kind of existing in a almost infinite amount of dimensions at the same time. So, to the point where it's almost on the brink of madness from that. So,
right.
in some ways, Cosmos kind of acts as his therapist and counselor to some degree, to kind of root him into his, home dimension and kind of keep him grounded a bit. But being that he's in all these dimensions at the same time, he can do something in one of the dimensions that'll bring about a resultant effect in this dimension. So kind of like his actions in the other dimensions can have consequences in this dimension. So if it was a dimension of all liquid and he waves his arm and creates a wave with that liquid, it'll kind of hit a villain, let's say, have them drop their gun or something. Being that they were just
Right.
something, they don't know what happened. Or like energy strings all throughout the dimension, and he pulls on them, that might pull something that's off the table and bring it to him. So, yeah, again, some of these powers are sometimes a little more complex, and it takes a little more explanation to an artist over, you know, so-and-so punches so-and-so, you know, it's that, you know, that becomes a little easier. Broccoli Man punches Dr. Trying not to use someone that's already used. Dr. Labrador Retriever. You know, that is easier. You know, punch, kick, those are easier actions. But when you have to explain, let's say, a move that the Turbo Twins are doing, where, you know, the boy squats down, the girl runs up his back and then kicks the villain in the chin.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little more work than one panel of punching. But, you know, I mean, I've read a lot of comics. If people out there have read a lot of comics, you might want to see something different at this point.
Yeah.
Laser eyes can still be cool, but every once in a while, something with a little variety.
Yeah. The Turbo Twins guy.
Raul jump in the comments?
Did he?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you said Raul.
Oh no, I was just mumbling. These children are put into danger. How irresponsible.
There you go.
What you were just saying. It's the Robin syndrome. Jeez.
Yeah, well, I guess the court case of the Child Protective Services versus Bruce Wayne settled that fact that you can have a kids out in the field fighting crime. Or Child Protective Services versus Batman, that court case of 1941. That enabled people to have sidekicks out on the field. Yeah, those Teen Titans would have been out of business if kids couldn't fight crime.
Well, look at Scooby-Doo. My God, they're riding around the place in a van. They don't know old enough to drive.
Yeah, that's true.
But as you say, there's no time to be so picky about concepts like this. These are comic books, man. Kids can fight.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I guess just as Robin was out there, there were probably kids saying, you know, I could relate to that. So I really don't make all ages comics, except for Pickle Man, which is available on Indie Planet. I have Pickle Man as an all ages comic, just so at conventions I had something for the kids. But
what, Dan? I've known you for a long time. I've never heard of Pickle Man.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know Pickle Man.
Pickle Man is my number one convention seller and
Jesus.
my least popular Indie Planet seller or online store seller. So
Amazing, right?
yeah, you can never tell these things, but I think at a convention, you know, on occasion it would just be like, oh, I got to get this for Robert. He loves pickles, you know. Yeah, Pickle Man. Out of all the comics where I had shown my family that I had created, Pickle Man was the one they were like the most impressed with.
That always happens.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, I was almost afraid it would become a success, and then I would have to devote my energies purely towards Pickle Man, and you know, have the cartoon and the lunch boxes, and just, you know, be writing Pickle Man when I have all these other stories to write. But again, it didn't do well online. So in that respect, unless I ever do a Pickle Man Kickstarter, and then we'll see. Maybe it's the number one convention seller, the poorest online sale, but we don't know where Pickle Man would land in the Kickstarter arena. But as you know, we try not to do Kickstarters on the Indie Planet books. That's why this isn't going to Indie Planet afterwards. You know, we try to keep the Kickstarter books on Kickstarter, offer them again in the next campaigns, but we don't want the Kickstarters to be redundant. So if anyone's waiting on a general release for this afterwards or whatever, that really isn't going to happen at this point. Right now, as it stands, all the Kickstarter books are Kickstarter exclusive. So, you know, we have GWP, we have Nature Man, we have Big House Blues, those are my books, Sumo Boy. We have Supercross from Jerome. Okay. When we originally started the store, we put a couple Nature Mans and a couple of Supercross on the Indie Planet store. But you'll notice we don't have any of the subsequent issues on Indie Planet because we're not bringing those books off of Kickstarter, or else again, why even do the Kickstarters? We're keeping these books at this point Kickstarter exclusive. And in this campaign, as with any ThunderZone campaign, we usually have a level for any back issue. So we have an illustration on the Kickstarter page showing all the back issues, showing all the books. You can choose any of them. You would go to the add-ons. You would add on as many back issues as you want. You know, 1, 10, 20. And then in the survey, we'll ask, you know, what back issues did you back for? And then you'll be able to add in, let's say Supercross 1 to 5 or Nature Man 1 to 4. You'll be able to add those in and, you know, have those sent with your order of GWP. But let me just check in on this, by the way. Refresh the page. Okay, we're holding steady.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully, like I said, we can get a couple more people in. 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to go in this campaign. So yeah, we went over the characters, and Elijah Smoke being the villain, he has kind of been running a little scam. It's in some of the the preview copy I sent you. So I didn't have a full copy yet on the preview, but you saw he's kind of running a scam, and
Yeah, got to be careful with the spoilers, right?
yeah, trying to stop from spoiling, but that kind of led to the GWP finally making their move. They've been tracking him for a while, but he's kind of upping the ante and doing something on a superhuman level that they said, okay, this is something that the police aren't going to be able to handle. So yeah, GWP in issue 1, this is when they say we got to start making our moves and try to bring down Elijah Smoke.
Nice.
Yeah, but if we can scroll to the other covers, I can just point out who did them.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah, so we have Alexander Nascimento doing this, which I think he really captured all their personalities really great. Tio Pinheiro, once again, doing the colors. And yeah, I wanted to give a little more of a close-up on the characters than we had on the first cover. So yeah, that one.
I really like this ridiculous angle. So worm's eye. Yeah, it's great, man.
I mean, hold on one second. I just getting a message here. No. Yeah, I thought it was an emergency, but it's not. All right. So, yeah, this Sean Hill, who's been working now these days, I believe he's done some Marvel work, but this was prior to that. We had him do this cover. So again, that's part of that lead-in time that you were talking about. Tio Pinheiro once again did the colors. But yeah, Sean really knocked it out of the park with this angle. Just, and again, kind of good for the personalities of the characters, the way he has everybody. But, that's one of the things that's great about doing indie comics and Kickstarters and stuff is, having some of these artists who you see their work out there for other companies and you love their work, and then to see them do your characters is a very rewarding thing. And I think, like I said, this cover just fantastic. Okay, now this cover has some other covers that'll kind of feature different members to give them their own little spotlight. So again, being that I'm Dominican, I figured let's give the Dominican character a little spotlight. And Ray Arzino is a artist who, I believe it was New York Comic Con, either that or Wizard World Philadelphia. I think it was New York Comic Con where I first met up with Ray and was so impressed with his work that I've had a number of pinups and covers from him.
Right.
So yeah, he tackled Dominico here, and I know on one of the covers, you had kind of asked on one show if Dominico was holding something, but on there you could see the costume design where we had green palms. So now that, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Again, just trying to do something a little different. And I had a little green in his costume, but I said he needs a little more green. So that's where I put it, instead of like a green belt, which might have been the expected move.
Yes.
But yeah, the next cover that you were going to, that is sold out. We had
nice.
Yeah. We got some spots to be on a custom GWP cover. And now we will feature, I mean, this is just a placeholder. This is not the actual cover. We were just kind of giving an example of the fact that you can have your character on the cover with GWP. Not the entire team. Again, we were going to see how many people backed, what their powers are, what their costume designs are, and we would kind of make the cover based on that. So, or let's say all 5 backers are female characters, then we might, might give Cosmo as a variety, or we might go with Radioactive Girl to keep that trend going. But, or let's say it's 4 guys and 1 girl, maybe we'll use Radioactive Girl to, again, balance it out a little bit, have 2 females, 4 guys. So we just want to make the composition after the characters come in. So once funding is complete, and then Kickstarter collects their funds, we move ahead, we get the, and we go right into this because the book is complete and we don't want to hold everyone up from getting their copies. So we go right into this, getting the characters, forwarding that to the artist, getting that cover made and colored so that we can, get the book out to everybody.
Nice. Interior pages, New York.
Those are all pictures of Bedford Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, that I handpicked for the artist to represent that area.
I like this. I like that lens flare, that sun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Tio Pinheiro added that part while doing his colors. And Cosmo's going to the donut shop. Got Rosalie at the counter. And all is not as it seems with that donut shop. She pushes a button, a secret entrance, an elevator ride down. And we see the secret headquarters of the guys with powers.
I should have used this as my reference. I was struggling to see your hair just now. All right. No, her hair, costume. Okay. I should have used this. Would have been easier to follow.
Yeah, I used that radioactive green, which you don't see a lot in comics. And I don't know what reference I sent for the pattern on her suit, but I think Tio did that very well. It's kind of like a honeycomb pattern
Yes.
on the gray areas of the suit.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm thinking that's being done with a filter of some sort.
Hang on. A Mac, when it comes to enlarging the screen on a Mac, it is not as easy as it is on a PC, I tell you that. Oh yeah, okay. Can you all see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Right. It's very easy to zoom in on a PC, but on a Mac, it's a bit more tricky. Yeah, I noticed that. I was wondering if you based it on Halle Berry.
Yeah, no. I think the look that I was pretty much coming from was I'm not even sure, Eva Pignor was maybe her name. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, and she got married, so she has a different last name now. But she was an America's Top Model.
Oh, okay.
I think she was the winner of that. And yeah, she kind of had a short blonde haircut similar to that. So it wasn't Halle Berry.
Right.
Let me see. I just look that up real quick. Eva America.
Looking at this, I'm shortening my girl's hair. Like,
well, yeah, now it's yeah, Eva Marcille. I think it was another name for her maiden name, but I don't know what that was. Oh, Pigford. So yeah, it was Eva Pigford, now it's Eva Marcille. So yeah, oftentimes there is a little like real life, not to the point where I'm having the artist try to capture a likeness, unless it's characters based on friends of mine, or like Chronicles of the Metaversal, where we have the real life Meta as a pro wrestler in Singapore, and then we have the comic book version, which is pretty much him in superhero setting, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but in that right here, you can see our past titles, and you're able to, again, do the add-ons. Well, you can do this level right here to get all our past books in digital or in print.
Yeah.
But
Very cool.
you can also use this chart here to remind yourself of our past books, or you can look up our past campaigns on Kickstarter, where it says 19 created for me. You can click on that. And then click on the past campaigns if you want to get a sense of the other books. And you can just say any back issue. You can get one back issue. You can multiply that to 10, 20, whatever. And then any of these books now you can add as an add-on. Let me see. I should just checking on the campaign. 6 minutes to go.
All right. I've almost finished eight my by Radioactive Girl.
Let me see here. Yeah, so yeah, we have now when it says 19 created, some of those are in pre-launch. So I have a book I created, Clickbait, in pre-launch.
Oh, clickbait.
You guys covered a little bit on one of the late night art attacks.
Yeah.
Being that we have a female hero, armored hero, but her armor is powered by social media likes or engagement. So she has her little camera buddy, D33, live streaming her adventures. And being that the armor is powered by likes and engagement, she realized that the armor had to be somewhat revealing for her to maximize these viewers. So it's kind of like a twist that she's not so happy about it. And the fact that she has to kind of be revealing to power this armor and be able to fight the super criminals she comes across. So that's in pre-launch. And then we also have Earthfall in pre-launch, which might be the actual next campaign. It's a crossover with a number of different creators who we kind of had. Paige Alfred had an issue of Chess where there was an alien invasion, and being that they were repelled at that point, we were able to bring them back so the aliens return. And in this instance, we have let's see, we have a number of indie properties now coming to fight them. Let's see. Well, maybe I should go a little more into that after the Kickstarter ask, because I'm guessing we only have 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
3 minutes.
Oh, we take a quick look at my Radioactive Girl. I've just finished the basic inking. So let me put that up on the screen. Hang on. Oh, the screen's enlarged. Okay, share screen.
Yeah, so Earthfall is all these groups of different indie publishers fighting back this alien invasion. I just want to get that in because I see we are pressed for time.
What's the name of that?
That is Earthfall.
What's the name of that book?
Earthfall. We got Paige Alfred's Chess, Daniel's Brennis as the enemy. Yeah, there's just a number. Roscoe Clinton has Bolt. Yeah, a number of creators came in, bringing their characters. Let's see, Brian Germain, Specs Thompson. I think it's Masha Dagini. I was just taking a look at the group here. But yeah. All right. So yeah, that one, just go to these campaigns, click on notify me, and you'll be notified when the campaign launches. But yeah, that's the Radioactive Girl. It's great. Now,
Let's go back to the campaign. Hang on.
Let me check the page. 70 seconds.
Okay. Sure that as we finish off.
Because I think Pops wanted us to wrap this by, so we're cutting it close. He might have another stream going.
39 seconds.
Okay, well, I'll say this since we're going to wrap the stream up. For a couple more bucks, you'll still be able to get it because we will open this up to late pledging. So for people watching the replay, you are able to still go to the campaign, do some late pledging because we didn't see a pledge on the last few minutes of the campaign here. But I'll just say that for anyone watching this replay, head over to the campaign.
So how long does that last? How long have people got for late pledging?
And 0. There we go. The fireworks are going. What I'll do is we have that custom cover that has to be made. So I'll get that into production, keep the late pledging open. If I can get all the pledges in from the people who had their characters, because it takes about 2 weeks before Kickstarter ends people's ability to update their payment methods. Because usually right at the end of the campaign, not every payment is in usually. But if all the character pledges are in, I can get that cover going. So we'll get the cover made, fulfilled digitally, and when those 2 steps are done, then I will kill the late pledging and just bring it into fulfillment with the printing order.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dave. That drawing with Radioactive Girl is smoking hot, Jerome. Thank you. Congrats with another successful campaign then. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, no, I agree that Radioactive Girl looks great. I think we have a pinup in the making, I believe. Might be good for an issue. If Dave gives it the seal of approval, it must be good. Because judging from his books, he knows good comic art.
Indeed. Some of his books are extraordinary.
Yeah, no, it's a cool pose.
Yeah. Yeah, she was fun to draw, actually. Our friend Kerry drew that fantastic fan art of hers.
Yeah.
Which was very cool.
Yeah, and Raul drew PHAZE. You,
yes.
Of course, had your hand at Cosmo and all of them for a cover for issue 2.
Yeah. Can I show that, or is that too much?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe we should preview that here. Give the people who tuned in a special preview just for our people watching a GWP issue 2 preview of one of our covers from the man himself, our host, Jerome Judge Hinds.
Yeah, we started that during the last stream, didn't we? Then I colored it later on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, again, you have all the characters there. I guess appropriate for Cosmos, the team leader, to be the full figure, and all his soldiers represented in this. And
I used to like.
It'd be a great cover for issue 2.
Yeah, I used to really like those old. This is old one. Number 1 is there. It should be 2. I like those old covers of like Spider-Man with all the heads in the background. You know, it's very sort of like Silver and Bronze Age, this kind of thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Perez used to do that quite a bit.
Oh, dang! I need to reach out sometime for a commission, Jerome. Feel free, sir. I'm semi-retired these days. Every commission is welcome.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
No problem. But when you see some of the stuff
See
that
some
he publishes,
genuine comics, Jerome Hinds art.
Excellent. Okay, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Any last words then?
Yeah, no, just again, for anyone watching the replay, check out the campaign. I want to thank you for having the show. I want to thank the people who did back. Thank everyone in the comments. And just happy that it went well, that it funded, and that we got another great book coming out to everybody.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my copy. Good. Okay, I'm going to run a few trailers, and then we're going to get the end credits again and get those late pages in. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks again, Dan.
Thank you.
You'll see a couple of trailers here. We've got a few more shows coming up this weekend with me, Raul, and Q Continuum. Should be some good stuff. So watch these trailers, and we're finished with Guides with Powers right at the end. Get those late pages in. Nice one. Sorted.
Previously on Super Saturday's Draw Along.
That's why I love to draw, and I wanna create Super Saturday, Super Saturday, Super Saturday, draw along.
Previously on Madness Art Attack.
Madness Art Attack! Madness Art Attack! Madness Art Attack! Madness Art Attack!
Paying tribute and great homage to the United States of America on its esteemed 250th birthday comes How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, a 188-page activity book that launches on July 4th, 2026. Written and illustrated by Jerome Judge Hinds, president of the Association of Comic Artists Singapore. Comes the ultimate tribute to the birthplace that brought to the world the splendor of superheroes and comic books. Jerome is a creator and senior editor at USA-based ThunderZone Comics, and in the book, he shares with you the knowledge and methodologies of his work from over the past 8 years, all neatly wrapped up in a 10-chapter step-by-step tutorial. He covers full-length character construction, studies in hands and feet, secrets in foreshortening with props and weapons wielding, plus penciling techniques, inking, digital coloring, and even comic book cover layouts. It's all here and available in both soft or hardcover. And if you really can't wait to get your hands on the physical thing, there's always the digital guidebook edition available for pre-order now. How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, with Jerome Judge Hinds launching Independence Day 2026. Exclusively available from Amazon.com and launched streaming live only on Madness Entertainment Group.
New York's been quiet, too quiet. But when smoke rises, Cosmos brings the fire. GWP, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. We the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GWP, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the plate, that's a whole new league. New York in the balance, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime. Cosmos in the sky, that's hell on the lead. Cosmic energy crackling like a star gone free. He the brain, he the plan, he the calm in the heat. When the city's on the line, he the one you wanna meet. Jazz, take the sellers, yeah, she burning like a nova. Radioactive girl, turn the block into a supernova. She flying through the night with that isotope glow. If you dealing in the shadows, she gon' let that fire flow. Phase in the cut, tear shifting through the planes. Multi-dimensional mind, chaos energy in his veins. Weapons disappear, nah, they ain't coming back. He drop them in the void like a one-way track. Dominico on the bias, yeah, he built like a tank. Skin tough like amber, strength heavy like a bank. You can shoot, you can swing, you can pray, you can run, but he's standing in the doorway like I'm not the one. Then the twins hit the scene, Trey and Shamika. Turbo twins moving fast like a double feature. 5 feet apart, nah, that's when they lose it. But side by side, they unstoppable bruisers. Flip kick combo, 2-person flow. Second gen heroes with a legacy to show. Buyers, sellers, villains, everybody getting checked. When the walkers hit the block, that's respect. Yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. But we the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GW, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the play, that's a whole new league. New York in the balance, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime.